I've known some. Until I first met you, I was lonesome. And when you came inside, dear, my heart grew light and this whole world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you did to me. Mere Mr. Shane, please let me explain. Mere Mr. Shane means you're grand. Mere Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. It means you're the fairest. It means you're the fairest. It means you're the fairest in the land. Shane means you're grand. Mere Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land.
Greetings from the Andrews sisters. I'm Patty.
I'm Maxine.
And I'm Laverne.
Say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain mere Mr. Shane, so kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, I say that you will understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we give them a spoiler warning or?
No, fuck them.
Oh, we're live. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, how are you guys doing today? And
how's it going?
Welcome to this episode of That 20-Something Show, starring yours truly and the other yours truly.
You just threw me off. I wasn't expecting this.
Dr.
Herman, it's so nice to see you again.
Yes, Senator Garcia.
It's actually mayor now.
Oh, you've been demoted?
No, I wanted a quaint place, and look at this place.
Aw, it is quite quaint. It looks to me like you're getting in the mood for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Nice. Well, me too, as you can tell by my Santa hat and sweater. Mayor, that must be Icetown behind you.
Yeah, we cranked up the AC, and we got a whole year for free, so we figured, why not blast it?
Yeah, right? Yeah. Wait, you just got a year of AC for free? Sounds great.
I knew a guy who knew my cousin. It was one of those arrangements.
Ah, yes, one of those. Anyway, hey Matt, how are you doing? This fine December evening. We have reached December. Can you even believe it?
I mean, the way I reached it was more like a dragging myself.
It was a slow crawl when we got there. We're just rolling towards the end of the year now, though.
Just leaving a trail of blood and tears behind me.
It is kind of crazy though that we've gone this far into the year. It seems like just yesterday that it was spring break and everything was getting canceled.
This has been the longest spring break I've ever had.
Yeah, right. For real, it's been rough. But as we swing into the close of the year, of course, with that comes all of the wonderful holiday traditions and all of that holiday cheer, I suppose. I made it with how much I drank since March, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's, well, and, you've reached the season for drinking, so congratulations, you're on the last
quarantine.
Yeah. No, I meant the holidays.
Yeah.
But yeah, the holidays is the season for drinking. I definitely feel like that's true. I feel like alcohol sales probably do, skyrocket during holiday season.
Oh, yeah.
Because, everybody's got to deal with their families and,
Yeah, and I told myself the biggest lie that I always tell myself, aside from I'm not drinking anymore, was I'm going to get my Christmas shopping done early.
Ah, yes. What a lie.
Yes, biggest lie I've ever told myself.
So, to be honest, I actually did get a lot of my Christmas shopping done early, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm proud of me too, but it's genuinely just because money burns a hole in my wallet, and I'm like, I gotta spend it, but I don't want anything, so I gotta spend it on other people.
Splurge.
I got to this point where I was like, I don't need anything, but I want to spend my money, so I just bought Christmas presents for people. So it was fun. It was a fun time. Yeah. So anyway,
well, if I don't deck an old lady, then there's no point to
then
it.
Is it really Christmas? Oh.
Was it really Christmas?
Right? Speaking of which, at least just to put this out there for the world, I only celebrate Christmas. So I don't know of the Hanukkah traditions or the Kwanzaa traditions around this time of year. But I know it is the holidays. So for all of you out there who celebrate other traditions, comment about it, chat about it, and we'll talk. Because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I'd like to get educated.
I
only know Christmas.
Yeah, I'm just going to super Christmas wash this over. But yeah, I'm just seeing the credit card bill go up and thinking that's a problem for future Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, the bank was already calling me, and I said, "Look, I know what it's about. I'm getting to it."
You know what's fantastic? You'll never have to meet future Matt. To be honest.
Meanwhile, future Matt's going, "Oh, if I ever find that little."
You will always be present Matt, and you'll never have to deal with future Matt. So, when future Matt comes knocking, just don't answer.
Whoa, man. That was deep.
Right? Yeah, credit cards, they're great. Yeah. Stimulating America's economy. Since 20-something, right? When
Yes.
did I'm sure it's the 50s or something like that.
Sorry, I was reading Matt's comment. Krampus.
Krampus. Yes, for
I don't
sure.
know too much about Krampus to be honest. That's like the was it the evil Santa, the anti Santa? There was a movie, right?
Something like that. And then Dwight Schrute had
Well,
his
it
own
should
thing
no like
too.
I mean I know it has its own legend and everything. I just have a very very vague knowledge on it.
Right. And then there's this whole Schrute tradition
Oh my god, yeah.
that was hilarious too. There are lots of different ways to celebrate the holidays, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, for those of you who are just tuning in, this episode is titled It's the Holidays When. So we're going to be talking about the holidays today. It'll be kind of
Indeed.
fun, I suppose.
Well, in fact, I did have something of a thought like that because I'm in San Diego, so there's no snow. The winter is definitely different, which I get very cold very easily,
Very
so I'm
hot.
kind of grateful about it. But but I realized that there was no snow, so it kind of snuck up on me when Thanksgiving already rolled in, and knowing that Christmas is just around the corner, it kind of blindsided me, I think.
Yeah, I know. I always underestimate the distance between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like, especially because as soon as December hits, you're in, like, Christmas mode. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
for me,
Flip of a switch.
yeah, Thanksgiving is the last week in November. And so it's like, oh, all of a sudden, Christmas time. Like, what's going on? But yeah, it was kind of crazy. It did sneak up on me. And another thing that's really sneaking up on me is it's really almost the end of the year, and like this year has gone by really quickly for me, and I feel like I didn't do enough with this year.
Oh, same.
I always come to the end of the year. Everybody, makes that's the other holiday that I'm gonna lump into this one anyway.
It's the holiday season.
Yeah, it's the holiday season. I'm gonna lump in New Year's with that too, because everybody kind of makes New Year's resolutions and stuff like that, and they come to the end of the year and they contemplate what have I done this year? What do I want to do next year? At least
what could I do to improve?
Yeah, at least I always do. I always try to think of what are my goals for next year? What am I doing? And yeah, it's very interesting because I'm
Dude,
like,
I can't tell you how many
nothing.
first days at the gym I've had.
Right, exactly. But this year for me, I just have done nothing. Like, none of my goals were achieved. And so I'm like, well, I guess redo. We'll have another year.
I will get him next time.
Yeah, right? Oops. Oh, well. Elf is one of... So I want to address Matt's comment. Elf is definitely one of those classic Christmas movies that you have to watch every holiday season. And, yeah, I absolutely love Elf. It's... So I don't actually like a lot of Will Ferrell's movies. I don't like his comedy style all that much. I don't know why. Like, some of it is good, and it's hit or miss for me. But Elf I love. So yeah, always have to watch that during the holiday season.
I just like the idea of a obnoxiously tall elf.
Yes. I mean, it is quite hilarious. And yeah, Matt, that's the best way to ring in the new year, is just, just forget that the last year even existed. That's but, yeah. I know a lot of people have, like, Christmas movies that they will always watch each year.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a ton of people will watch, A Christmas Story. Or Elf, or
Don't some like there was a channel once that didn't they play it like for 24 hours?
What? A Christmas Story?
A Christmas Story, yeah.
Maybe.
Like I remember there was one year somebody did it and they kept making an advertisement as 24 hours of A Christmas Story, and then I thought, wow,
that's a lot.
That is, who dropped that much money to make that happen?
Right. And then the other Christmas movies that I think are great are, of course, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh my god, they always do that? What?
That is kind of
Sorry,
crazy, Matt. But yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas is another one. That one you watch on
Yeah,
Halloween and on Christmas because
just like Gremlins.
yes, yes. And then, of course, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and
Yes.
Die Hard is the best Christmas movie, to be honest. Actually, you know what? One of my favorite Christmas movies is. I can't even remember the name of it. That's terrible. But
That bad of a movie.
it's
Then.
it's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's
Oh, Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Thank you so much. Yes. You really don't like Nightmare Before Christmas. What is it about it? What I mean,
Matt?
why?
Oh,
Yeah. Why don't you like it, Matt? I'm curious because I mean I didn't like it at first, but I've grown to kind of love it over the years. But
probably an acquired taste.
yeah, it's an acquired taste, you know.
But yeah, the movie you were thinking about was, I think, Jingle All the Way, and it had Sinbad as, I think it was like this postman.
Yes. Yes. And he's trying to get this toy.
No, that was a great movie.
Oh my goodness, so funny. It's like an action movie because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it's a family movie because it's Christmas time. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's ridiculous. I love it. But yeah, it's pretty funny. What
You know, the movie that I try to watch every year, is The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Michael Caine.
Mike O'Kane.
Such a good movie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's just a movie I don't get. Yeah, it's
That's
okay.
fair.
It's fair. I like Tim Burton, so you know, Tim Burton, Danny Elfman. I like the combo, and so Nightmare Before.
By the way,
Christmas,
he's
of course.
working on an Addams Family series, so I think it's about time he gets his hands on it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think the only reason he wouldn't is because everybody expects him to.
Well, the first time around, he was in talks for it, but I think he was filming Batman, or
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I think he was doing Batman.
That makes sense. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fun though. I definitely enjoy that. But yeah, so Pablo, I haven't really gotten to like catch up with you in a while, so I'm going to take our
Right. It's
our
been a
delightful
weird couple of weeks.
yeah, our delightful stream time to actually speak to you for a moment. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, my Thanksgiving was great. Well, the actual Thanksgiving day, I had work. I mean, I was new to the place, so kind of the asking days off for like at least the winter holidays was kind of off,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't mind. You know, I get paid double, so who am I to,
Right.
you know, who am I to argue? But even there, you know, like the residents were gave me and my partner food. It was a lot of food, so I was in heaven. And then I got home. It was still kind of late, but my family was still up and celebrating, so I got to celebrate with them a little more.
That's
And then
awesome.
I went to bed. But no, it was overall a good experience.
Yeah, the other question I was gonna ask was I know your parents lived in the United States for a while, but what is Thanksgiving like in Mexico? I mean, how does it differ?
Well,
'Cause
technically,
I know
we
it's
don't.
not a thing.
Mexico doesn't. Mexico really doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But you know, being a city that's right next to the border, and you get a lot of people living and going back and forth between the two, you pick up a couple holidays. Um, so you know, it's usually the people who are like touching the border who do some sort of Thanksgiving meal.
That's fun. See, so
Yeah, my mother usually likes doing ham. She tried turkey once, I think, but she stuck to ham.
yeah, right. So that's the other thing I was gonna ask too is I know like Thanksgiving here anyway, it's always been super, I guess, traditional foods, which is weird, but like turkey and
Honestly,
stuffing.
can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
My first Thanksgiving with you guys was I thought it was kind of magical, mainly because I mean, sure, I've had mashed potatoes, I've had turkey before, and For me, Thanksgiving has always been done with my Mexican family or the Mexican people I know.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all just very very Mexicanized. Even the color palette was all different for us. But my first Thanksgiving with you guys was kind of magical for me because to me it felt like all those Thanksgiving specials I would see on TV.
Yeah, you were
You
like,
know, like
oh, white people can
ooh,
cook.
just like they do on TV. So for me, I felt like I was living a Thanksgiving special.
Nah, that's kind of awesome. Yeah, it was. Aw, yeah, but it's always very traditional. So I was kind of wondering,
Yeah.
like, if you ate different foods, and also, do you have your own version of Thanksgiving? Isn't it like a different time of the year or something? Or no, do you not have your own?
I don't think so.
I know Canada. Oh, maybe
God
Canada.
bless them.
I think Canada has its own Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they have their own Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's in October, I think.
Yeah. And so I was just kind of curious. I didn't know if that was something that you did at a separate time or what.
No.
But no, we never give thanks. I'm just kidding.
Nah, we're very ungrateful.
We're a grateful.
No,
we're a very
we kinda-
ungrateful country.
We kind of just clumped that up to Christmas with us.
Got you. That makes sense. I like
Yeah.
that. That's fun. But yeah, so Thanksgiving was pretty awesome here too. We of course got a lot of food and stuff. We watched the parade, or at least most of my family watched the parade twice.
How was that, by the way?
Well, I slept through the first one, but when they re-aired it, I I
Okay.
watched it, and so it was all filmed. Here's the thing: it was filmed within 3 days, and so it was all basically like it was all pre-recorded. There was no parade route. They just had a float go right in front of the Macy's building, and then they would disassemble that float, and then they would build a new float and have it go right in front of the Macy's building, and then disassemble that float. Are you still with us? It looks like you froze. Oh no! Hey, first of all, Micromini aside, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Matt, you made some bomb homemade bacon mac and cheese. That sounds great. I'm going to wait for Pablo to rejoin us. I don't know what's going on with him. His internet seems to have cut out on him, which is no fun. But I guess it's just me. I'm going to, hey, I'm big now. That's crazy. You can really tell how blurry I am. That's what I get for using a Mac camera, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, so Thanksgiving was pretty good for me. I got to watch the parade, and I always so my favorite part of the parade is the Broadway performances. I'm a huge theater nerd, in case you couldn't tell. And so I really like watching the performances and stuff like that. The floats aren't as big of a deal for me, especially with the pop stars on it that are all lip syncing to, whatever, because, I know that they can lip sync. They're very good at it. They do it in concert all the time. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the performances in the parade, and so an interesting thing that caught me massively by surprise was the Rockettes' performance. I don't know if you guys saw the parade at all, but the Rockettes' performance was insane. First of all, they didn't have a kick line like they normally do. That's like one of their staples. But yeah, it was so good. It was incredible. But yeah, it was just insane. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. They were all dressed up as you were sleeping, Matt. They were all dressed up as soldiers, and they danced in a super mechanical, robotic sort of way, which was awesome. And the Rockettes are always in like super unison anyway, but this was pretty crazy. This was pretty great. Looks like Pablo's having some severe technical difficulties. I think his power went out or something for a second. So yeah. Oh no! You can't keep audio. That's what you get for trying to pull me up at Guitar Center. And nobody gets service there. miserable. When I try to talk to you there, I also can't get service, so it just doesn't work. While we're waiting for Pablo, I do want to show off, because one year for Christmas, Pablo did make me this sweater, which I hesitate to call ugly just in case he's listening. But it says my brother made me this, and it's obviously me. And then it also has this string of lights going like all the way around it, and then there's a plug on the back that you can't really see in this lighting. Oh well. But yeah, it's a really cool gift. I really enjoy it. But yeah. Anyway, so for those of us who are in chat while we're waiting for Pablo, how was your Thanksgiving, and do you have any specific Thanksgiving traditions that you thoroughly enjoy? Get a wireless battery pack so you can plug and go. Right? Oh my god, that'd be so fun. If they weren't pom-poms, if they were actual lights, I would definitely do that. Because I actually, one of my friends from college is a costume designer, and she designed this entire dress that had lights going all the way up through it, and she just had a battery pack at the bottom that she would switch on. Super cool. Great idea. But yes, sadness. Pablo will join us shortly. He'll I think the power went out in his house or something like that, so he's working on getting that internet back, but he'll be back. It'll be fine. Or was the sadness the tradition for hey, guess what? He's back. Oh my god, he's back again. Sadness could be the holiday tradition, yeah. I don't know, maybe. Hey, are you back, Pablo? Do you hear? Can you hear me?
There we go.
Hey, yo, we're excellent. Yeah, you're
Sorry
still
about that. The lights went out for a sec.
strange. But yeah, you are still glitching out every once in a while, just a little bit, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. Baby steps.
Yeah, right. So Matt says I was supposed to be on a cruise for my grandparents' 60th anniversary for Thanksgiving. That you said you were supposed to be, meaning COVID probably stopped you, which kind of sucks. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, sadness is the Thanksgiving tradition, of course. Just sadness all around. Yeah.
So what'd I miss?
I explained the making of this sweater, and Matt told me...
Oh, Purple Hippo?
Yeah, Matt told me I needed to get a battery pack for it and go. I didn't explain the Purple Hippo thing, which is super funny, but I just explained that you made it for me. And yeah, that I'm now wearing it every holiday season, which is awesome. But yeah.
Or until you grow out of it.
Until I grow out of it, which, who knows? But yeah. Already, I need some more felt for the hair because the hair is down to my shoulders, so I just need a little more felt if you could give me that. But
yeah.
Awesome, thanks,
I'll
man.
clip it.
Yeah, there you go. Just
I use a little clip.
Safety pin it in or something. Anyway.
No. You know what? We could Velcro it because who knows? We might have a mohawk next year. Who knows?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You hear that, riders? Next year, find a way to give him a mohawk.
See, Matt says bury him with it. Little does he know we already have significant plans for each other's funerals, depending on who dies first. So
yeah, all very intricate, all worthwhile, and worth every penny.
and very expensive, but worth it. Totally, 100%. Yeah, not that we've talked about each other's deaths at length or anything, but
It just happens in passing.
just something that we'd like to be prepared for, I guess. Yeah. 100% legal. Who knows?
Only in Portugal.
I'm going to have a great Portugal funeral, though. It'll be great, man. I kind of also want to have a Viking funeral, but that's beside the point. Cannons, of course.
Yeah.
No, one of the things that I actually do want is fireworks at my funeral because
Oh yeah.
I truly do want to go out with a bang. Like I feel like there would be no other way to do it.
I also I also want to hire a clown in advance, but tell him it's for a birthday party.
Just so the clown can be massively disappointed, and that's okay. I'm gonna hire a dummyless ventriloquist and just see what happens. No. Anyway, this is a little irreverent for the holidays, but oh well. What can we do?
You ever notice that the thing that the one thing that differentiates a crazy person with a normal person is headphones? Because if you were walking around the street just talking to yourself, or even just like mouthing things to yourself, just going, but you have a headphone piece, people are like, oh, okay, they're using the phone, it's completely fine. But if you see that exact same person going like this, you're gonna cross the street.
Yeah, you're like, that person's insane. Of course, I do that all the time without headphones, so
No, that's how I came to the realization.
All right. Jeez. Oh. But yeah, I talk to myself on a daily basis. It's probably a problem, but oh well. Just put headphones in and nobody will think anything of it. Anyway. But yeah, so we were kind of in the middle of talking about Thanksgiving traditions and stuff. Did you have anything else to add, or what were you in the middle of something? I can't remember where we left off when you decided to dip out.
No. Right. I can't remember either. Yeah, I mean, I think I pretty much covered the whole tradition. It's no big difference. Mainly just kind of just what you guys do.
More enchiladas, less gravy. I don't know.
Definitely more hot sauce. Yeah, they definitely experiment with more herbs and spices. But
Hey now. Hey now. No, but yeah. No, that's great. That's super fun that you.
Hey, I have seconds, thirds, and fourths at your dinners. So.
Yeah, right. No, but it is super great to hear that you had a good.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it's nice, but I think there is a little bit of lag going on, Pablo.
Yeah, I can feel it.
See,
and I notice it.
Yeah. See, what's funny is like you are only hearing what you hear from me, but like my entire stream hears what I'm hearing, so that's super fun. Like the entire audience is watching, like, oh, there's lag.
The best thing is, no, the best thing is when you're about to start this cool story, and you even set it up perfectly. So you say, oh, so you're not gonna believe this, and then all of a sudden it just starts glitching for me. It freezes, and I won't catch until the very end when you say, and then I said it's on the sink. I mean.
Exactly. It's just like a random. And that's when I said, that's not my wife. That's a camel. It's like, Jesus. Anyway,
So if you see me nodding, just that means it's frozen.
That's cool. I'm so glad. It's so nice when technology works for us, and it's so not nice when it just doesn't. But whatever.
I know. I'm gonna figure this out.
So, actually, you seem to have caught up to me already, which is nice. But let's talk about what's the reason that you brought up this topic? Because I felt like it was on your heart. Like it's the holidays when. Did you just have a recent experience?
It was just things that have piled up, mainly because, like I said, I was kind of blindsided with the whole holiday season, and then all of a sudden it's nearing the end of November, and I realized I haven't done my Christmas shopping, and then all of a sudden at work, from one day to another, they start switching to completely Christmas music, and Christmas decorations are everywhere. So I felt like it was just a tidal wave that snuck up on me.
Yeah. It is pretty funny. So we like I didn't even realize Thanksgiving was coming up for a while, and then all of a sudden it happened, and I had to stay late at work Wednesday night until like all of our Black Friday stuff was up and ready, and cuz we're closed on Thanksgiving. And so I actually stayed all Wednesday night, and then all of a sudden Thanksgiving was there, and then it was Black Friday. And
Right.
Black Friday wasn't just Friday this year. I assume it's like this at most places. This is my first retail job during the holidays, so like I don't know anything. I'm ill prepared. But
It's crazy, isn't it?
yeah, and even this year, surprisingly, with COVID and everything, we still had a line out the door on Black Friday, and then Saturday was super busy too, and Sunday was kind of busy, and then Monday hit, and we were dead. I mean, dead, so dead. It was rough, but then I realized Monday is Cyber Monday. Everybody's doing their shopping online, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was an interesting experience.
That was my that was kind of my run at BAM during the Black Friday, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it just gets
area.
busier this time of year, and oh my goodness, if I can just vent for a minute.
What's this show for other than that?
What is this show for other than me just venting about things? Man, you know it's the holidays when people think they deserve things that don't exist. like, yes, this item is already on sale, and no, we can't discount it anymore. And you saying
You're
you
ruining
want
my
it,
kid's Christmas.
yeah, you saying that you would like to pay less for it doesn't make any more sales possible for you. I'm sorry. That's just not how Christmas works.
No.
It's not it. But yeah, it's like, just people tend to get, there are two types of people this time of year, I feel.
Okay.
There's the type of people that are super kind and super generous because it's the holiday season. And they can afford to do that because, they just enjoy being nice people. And when I say kind and generous, I mean kind-hearted, not necessarily like giving money away or anything like that.
Not Mother Teresa.
Yeah, right. No, I mean like they're just kind people, and they're like, saying hi and happy holidays to everybody and spreading kind of like this positivity, which is super nice. And then there's the entitled people. And they're entitled because it's the holidays, and it's like they demand things to be done. And
I drive a Dodge Stratus,
and I'm like, I need this by Christmas, and I'm like, well, you're ordering it 2 days before Christmas. It's not gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
I'm sorry. Working 2 years at Target for Christmas, I saw every type of person there is. Yeah, I'm sure.
Could write a book.
Yeah, like I said, this is my first.
A Black Friday survival guide for retailers.
Ooh, I would buy it.
$1 million idea, Matt. Get on it.
Yeah, there you go. A writing idea.
Write your
for
book.
ya. But yeah, like I said, this is my first retail experience, so I didn't even know what to expect. And not only is it my first retail experience, but it's a weird time for it to be your first Black Friday. This obviously was not a projection of what it actually is like to be in retail on Black Friday. It's crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be all online. I figured that's what they were gonna do.
Yeah, well, so our store has a COVID capacity because it has something to do with the fire code and the CDC putting out to businesses. Anyway, we have a COVID capacity of 30 people. And so there was a line out our door for a while, which is crazy. And the other thing is, Black Friday wasn't actually that cold.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad here. So, like, I guess people didn't mind waiting outside, but God forbid it would be, like, actually cold outside, because that would be crazy. Like, it was insane. Yeah, Austin's saying just wait, and I'm not excited, but I guess I kind of am. Like, I like it when work is busy. I like it when new things challenge me, so bring it on, Karen! But anyway. Oh, boy. Guest comes in looking for most popular item of the season. December 23rd. Sorry, we're out of the weighted blankets. You just ruined my Christmas.
Man, I'm hoping. Was that an actual thing that happened?
I feel like it has to be spoken
It had
from
to have
experience.
been.
The specificity of the weighted blanket put me over the edge on that one. I was like, yep, that's got to be real. That has to be real. You know, and that's that's the other thing right now is a lot of people, because of what's going on in the world, are doing their holiday shopping early. So it is a little bit easier on retail stores. I feel like, anyway. 2018 Christmas for Matt, of course. Of course.
That's great.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a little easier
I salute you, sir.
Right. I feel like it is a little easier on retail stores because people are buying in advance, and so by the time they buy stuff, we know to get more in.
Yeah.
And so we're not as overwhelmed last minute anyway, which will be nice. Maybe. Who knows? I have no idea.
Right.
I can't predict what will happen. All I know is that 2021 is rapidly approaching, and we can no longer blame all of our problems on 2020. It's going to be a sad time when we can't blame everything on the year.
No, we still can, 2021 still has a good ring to it.
Yeah. Cursed 2021. It is a crazy time, for sure.
As long as there's something to complain about or to pin the blame on, it's always going to happen.
It's always going to happen, of course. Yeah. I just realized that I had something open on my computer that I shouldn't, so I'm probably dropping frames on stream. But, oh well, it's fine. Will I be able to see a musical or concert in 2021? The world will never know.
God, I hope so.
Your best bet is you'll be able to see stuff virtually in 2021. I've been hearing a lot of things.
VR concerts? Because that'd be pretty cool.
I've been hearing things. I don't know if anything is actually projected, but...
I'll be a guy in the bus going just like, woo! Yeah!
Right? And you're the one people don't sit next to.
I make sure of that.
Yeah, by going, woo! Ah! Anyway, yeah, that's the other thing. I guess people won't think you're a crazy person if you're also wearing a VR headset. Well, yeah, exactly. It's not the same. But, here's the thing that I've thought for a long time, especially in regard to that, is live theater is not particularly growing. It hasn't been for a while. Live theater has been at least stagnant, and it hasn't really increased over the last couple of decades. But movies and television and streaming have. And so, yeah, it's not the same, but there were days where people would, like, even people going to the movie theater isn't as popular now. And there were days where that was all the rage. Go to the movie theater. That was what you did.
Or to the bowling alley.
Or going to the live theater to see a live performance. Or going to a live concert used to be the thing. Well, now it's going to turn into streaming just like everything else is. Yeah. You would hope. And I see that eventually we'll get out of this. I think that there is a bright future ahead of us. I just don't know that it's any time in the next 6 months. But, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. And we're just playing it by ear until then. I'm just looking forward to being able to act and perform again because I miss it. Not that this isn't a performance, because it kind of is. I'm in front of a live audience, but it's just not the same. You know, I'm playing me. I'm tired of being me, Pablo.
I just want 2 and 2 to equal 4 again.
I thought 2 and 2 equaled fish, or 5, or sometimes 1.
Well, I want it to be 4.
well, my God, I want it to be 4. Yeah, no, I understand. It's crazy. But anyway, the holidays. Michael Bublé, Whitney Houston, talk to me. Mariah Carey, eat your heart out. Yeah. You know what's funny? So I was actually kind of scared working in a retail store that all I would hear for the next month was "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey. And
Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights.
there you go. But
Thanks, Matt.
instead, they're playing a different version of "All I Want for Christmas Is You." It's a different cover. It's a guy singing it, and I'm so confused. It like I was gonna be disappointed when that was all that they played, but instead they're playing this guy version, and I'm a little disappointed. like what's going on?
I've heard it in Spanish down here.
Oh, really?
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Nice. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Yeah, I'm okay to never hear it again too. But
Yeah. Do you also instinctively, when that song comes out without any control, you go, "And I"?
Yes, actually, so the version that they're playing at Guitar Center that I'm hearing constantly doesn't have that in it, but I always add it.
Yeah,
I always add it. Just and my coworkers hate me, but it's fine. You know.
I do that at work right now. Whether I want to or not, it just comes out.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing that comes with the territory of the holidays. If you work someplace where you have to answer the phone, now you have to answer it with a holiday greeting. And yesterday, I have to tell this story just in case Evan ever watches this video, because I know he's following the channel and stuff, so I don't know if he's watching right now, but if he watches, he's going to be embarrassed again. So Evan is our lessons lead at Guitar Center, and our big promotion right now is, shameless plug, we're doing this lessons gift card where if you buy the lessons gift card, it's basically 4 lessons for the price of 3. Typically, a month costs you $99, but right now it costs you $74.25. And so it's really kind of cool. But our intro on the phone is "Happy Holidays from Guitar Center," where we're giving the gift of lessons. This is Jacob. How may I help you?
Jesus.
And yeah, right? Exactly. It's great. It's fantastic. But it's written.
I want to be that guy on the phone who goes, wait, here.
"Happy
go
Holidays
ahead and
from
answer.
Guitar Center. This is Jacob. How may I help you?"
Yeah, whoa, hold on. What's this? What are you selling?
We're giving the gift of lessons, and then I just go into it again. Exactly.
Hey, forget what I'm asking for, but what is this? Walk me through this.
You just want to be that guy. So, Matt, before I tell this really funny story about Evan, I do want to address your comment. I specifically try to make my voice sound a little bit more automated when I do that answer, just so that it confuses people when I say...
Give them different takes.
Yeah, just so it confuses people when I say, "This is Jacob, how may I help you?" And then they're like, "Oh, hi." And then it's great. It's the funniest thing ever. I love it.
Add a beep at the end.
Yeah.
Beep.
Oh, but anyway.
Especially in person.
So Evan is our lessons lead. He's kind of the leader of this promotion right now. He's pitching
the lessons lead.
he's pitching lessons like crazy. And so it was super funny. Literally yesterday, the store was pretty dead, and we were all kind of tired from the weekend and just brain dead, you know. And Evan, our lessons lead, answers the phone, and up on top of each one of our computer terminal areas, it says the opening spiel.
Yeah.
But it says, Happy Holidays from Guitar Center, where we're giving the gift of lessons. This is your name. How may I help you? and Evan straight up, we were making fun of one of the seasonal hires, and we were saying, but don't say your name, right? Don't say, you gotta say, Madison, or you gotta say Jacob or Evan, and then sure enough, so Evan picked up the phone. And as he was saying the spiel, I was showing our new seasonal hire, and I was like, watch, he's going to say all of this. And I was following along with my finger, and he said your name because I was following along with my finger, and he did it. And then he was like, this is your name. I mean, Evan, how may I help you? And
I would pay for those lessons right then and there.
The best part
Got me,
about
man.
the best part about it though, was it was another store calling us, asking for something. And so they knew what was going on, and they died. They were laughing so hard, and they needed to talk to a manager. So they asked for me. And I answered the phone, and the guy on the other end was like, hey, your boy Evan is killing it on the phones. And I'm like, yes. It was so good. Oh, it was.
That's great.
It was a delight. It was
oh my
wonderful.
God. So back when I was working at BAM, I got to do the announcements whenever they needed to happen. So first of all, they made a terrible choice by giving me full control of the PA system.
Yeah, that was just
so I would
poor
have fun with
planning.
it. And especially at night. Yeah, especially at night, because I would have to make the 15-minute warning, 10-minute warning, 5-minute warning, and closed. So I got to spice it up every now and then. But the last few times I would go, hello, BAM fam. You're listening to BAM at night. And I would make a whole thing of that. At one time, I made a message to the tune of YMCA, but I wrote a get your things and pay for them and go kind of thing.
That's so funny.
No,
check out and pay. It's time for you to all check out and pay.
Yeah, they made a huge mistake giving me the microphone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's so funny. Anyway, we are going to take just a short break, but we will be back in just a few moments. Stick around. Enjoy a hot beverage of choice, and we'll be back to talk more about the holidays and the most wonderful time of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have a good one,
Betcha.
and we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Some. Until I first met you, I was lonesome. And when you came inside, dear, my heart grew light and this whole world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you did to me. Mere Mr. Shane, please let me explain. Mere Mr. Shane means you're grand. Mere Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. It means you're the fairest. It means you're the fairest. It means you're the fairest in the land. It means you're the
I'm Patty.
I'm Maxine.
And I'm Laverne.
I could say Bella, Bella, even seven bar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain, for me is this to shame. So kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, I say that you will understand.
What you've got to make sure is that you got to pull from inside the. Oh, wait. Is that. Yeah, we're back.
Oh,
now.
hi guys, we're back. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. Pablo was just teaching me something. Anyway,
It's better.
Yes. Anyway, so.
Takes hours to explain.
Yeah, I'm glad we're back. It was getting a little warm for a sweater, so I thought I'd just wear a tie.
Oh, see, I was the other way around. I finally went inside. It was getting kind of cold out there.
that does make sense. It was snowing where you were. It's oh man, now I wish Ben was here.
I know. We need to bring him in one of these days. We could get 3 hours easy out of him.
Oh, for sure. We'll have to show him this video just purely because we mentioned him in it now.
That was nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, Ben is a filmmaker out of Dubuque, and we've worked with him in the past on multiple projects.
Hilarious, passionate guy. Always, yeah. Whenever there's a project around, we always beg to be a part of it. That's how good he is.
And he's super talented, but also like Pablo said, very passionate about his work. So he just even if you're kind of I don't know exactly what's going on here, he gets you into it, and he makes you understand how important everything is, and it's just so awesome. But Pablo was actually in a movie of his, or a short film, wasn't it?
Short film.
Yeah, a short film of his that was called "Is It Snowing Where You Are?" So just
There was the joke.
There was the joke. It was that one. That was it. But yeah. Anyway, we're back and we're nice and toasty warm
And the dogs are.
and the dogs.
I think
are
they're caroling out there.
Who let the dogs out? Anyway.
If we could have a choir of dogs caroling to "Who Let the Dogs Out," I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna train these guys. I'll make.
Do it.
I'll get the whole neighborhood together.
Start working on it, Pablo. Let's go. But yeah, anyway, we kind of wanted to come back to a topic that we talked about for a little while, but we didn't really ask you guys. So if you're out there listening, I know Matt, you kind of mentioned 8 Crazy Nights, but what's your favorite holiday movie? I guess I didn't really even talk about my favorite holiday movie. I just mentioned some. Do you have a favorite, Pablo?
It's really hard to narrow it down, but I mean, I'll say my top 3 because I watch them every year.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
So, Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yep.
There's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Of course.
And I also
wait a minute. The traditional animated one or the Jim Carrey version?
I love both, honestly, I do. But I'm talking mainly about the Jim Carrey version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great one.
So good, right? And then what was the third
Elf.
one? Elf.
I watch Elf.
Oh yeah, for sure. My actual favorite Christmas movie is probably I can't decide which one, so I'm just gonna call the series.
Yeah.
But the Santa Claus movies with Tim
Oh
Allen.
my God, those are delightful. Yes.
I just love them. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about them, but they're just so well written, and I enjoy them so much.
Oh, so I told you earlier that I had just watched Noel on Disney.
Yeah.
And turns out, because I looked into it, I checked it out and everything, but it stemmed from an original script they had for Santa Claus 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
that's actually
was,
kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which honestly, the way it went story wise, I was like, no, I could kind of see what where they were trying to go with.
Yeah. Right. I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen it yet. But yeah,
It's
Matt,
a good cast.
it is hard to pick a favorite, right? Because I was also thinking about like Polar Express has an amazing soundtrack.
With Tom Hanks voicing
and with
half the
Tom
people.
Hanks. Oh, I love it so much. And obviously The Grinch is a classic, and Elf. And so recently, my mother is a huge fan of Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yes, she
And
is.
yeah, see, she just commented, and every Hallmark movie, exactly. And
Everyone? Everyone!
everyone. And for those of you who haven't seen Batman, oh, that's not even Batman. That's but it is Commissioner Gordon. So anyway, my bad. We're moving on. Wrong movie, right actor. But yeah, it's also in Community. If you haven't seen that, you should watch it. I've said that before on this series, but regardless, I've been watching Hallmark movies with my mother, and I've been liking them. Like, there are some pretty decent Hallmark movies out there.
And she's onto something.
She's onto something. I would love to work for Hallmark at some point in time. Be a Hallmark actor, because number one, if Jeremy Jordan has done it, then I'm not gonna say no. But
Rob Lowe's been in a couple, hasn't he?
Who?
Rob Lowe.
Very big possibility. I'm not sure, because a lot of the ones we're watching now were made this year or last year. But yeah, Rob Lowe probably was in them. I could see him being in them.
I could see him rocking a scarf.
Yeah, right. A lot of famous people have been in them at one point in time, and it seems like a really positive work environment. Shonda worked for a Hallmark movie. It wasn't a Christmas movie. It was one of their spring movies. but she worked on one, and she said that everybody during the whole process was talking about how, it just needs to be a little more up. It needs to be a little more positive. Everything needs to be happy. Even the conflict needs to be a little bit happy. And so...
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
no,
Keep going. Keep going.
you're
Keep
fine.
going.
I just wanted to finish with, it just sounds like such a
Yeah.
positive experience to be a part of. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I'm very sorry I cut you off.
No, you're
But I had to comment on Matt's thing that said I haven't seen the Christmas movie Unaccompanied Minors in probably 10 years. And honestly, I had that same thought just yesterday. I was like, you know what I haven't seen in a while? Unaccompanied Minors.
I don't know that I've ever seen it, to be honest.
It's pretty cool. I'm trying to think vaguely because it has been a lot, but it's these kids who, for some reason or another, have to fly for Christmas, but they get stuck because there's a blizzard or something. And they're in the airport,
Oh, this sounds vaguely familiar. Maybe I have seen it.
and like
it just
one of the
has
kids,
been a long time.
and like one of the kids is like obsessed with Aquaman and has like this little action figure, and they everybody has their own little storyline, and it's great.
That is great. I'll have to revisit it. I'll have to check it out. I like that. See, another thing about Christmas for me and the holiday season in general. Yeah, right, Matt. Exactly. It's about unaccompanied minors flying. Hijinks ensue.
Yeah.
It's the way it is. But another
That's
thing,
on the poster actually.
hijinks ensue. But another thing about the holiday season for me is the music.
Oh yeah.
Like, when it comes to the soundtracks of movies, like I was talking about with Polar Express, it has a fantastic soundtrack. And so does even the Grinch. The vocals soundtrack is a little bit scarce. It's not like a full-on musical or anything, but it's still really great. And just everything Christmassy has this specific sound to it in the orchestra that's really super like uplifting, and like I love it. I love it a lot.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And although now, since we're kind of on Christmas music, like I said, I'm in San Diego, so there's no snow here. So whenever I hear the Christmas music, I hear the jingle bells, and I don't know if it's just, well, it's almost synonymous. You hear jingle bells, like the actual instrument jingling, and you just imagine snow falling. It's not. You don't see that here.
Yeah.
So I feel like something's off.
Yeah.
I like the climate, but it
it's-
just feels off.
It's weird hearing it's beginning to look a lot like
Yes.
Christmas, and you're looking around seeing palm trees going, no, it's not. Like, there's this certain expectation, especially living in the Midwest.
Yeah, baby, it's cold outside has no business in San Diego.
Right?
I'm like, I am
dreaming of a white Christmas.
I have a sweater on and it's hot out here.
Right? Yeah. Now, it is pretty funny that you just automatically kind of assume that Christmas is going to be wintry and snowy and, all of that kind of stuff. But that's just, the Midwest for you.
Yeah. Like anytime I smell cinnamon, I keep associating with, just Christmas time or winter time.
Yeah.
What else? A lot of small things kind of trigger your, sense. Like my body, I don't know how I can put this, but like my body feels and like thinks it should be feeling cold or like should be feeling snow, and it's just weird knowing that I'm not having that thing that I'm conditioned to be around.
Yeah, right? And the other thing about the Christmas holiday is everything is trying to make you warmer.
Yeah.
So like Christmas is all about hot cocoa and hot apple cider and the smell of cinnamon, which is warm, and like all of these things. So it's like a little stuffy living in a climate that's like 70 degrees. That's
enough warmth. I'm fine.
I'm fine. I don't need the weighted blanket. It's
yes.
For those of you who don't know, that's called a classic recall. And anyway.
Classic recall.
Classic recall. Why did you say that like he was always in trouble? Like, oh, classic recall.
No, didn't you ever do that because you worked as a barista as well, but you know when certain flavors are listed as classic something.
Classic hazelnut.
Yeah, when somebody says, "Can I get hazelnut?" and you know the ones that we have kept getting stuck, and so sometimes it would go everywhere, and I go, "Classic hazelnut."
Right? That's great. That's hilarious. Oh boy. But yeah. It's you know, everything's warm and it's crazy. The other thing about the holiday season is it gets dark so early, and so I'm always tired. I don't know if you can tell by the fact that I'm literally yawning over here, but I'm always tired during the holidays.
Right. Dude, and seasonal depression, that's a thing too.
Oh boy, let's talk about that for a moment. Yeah, seasonal depression.
A moment?
Yeah, seasonal. And how do you feel about that, Pablo? No.
All I'm saying is, you know, every time I see toast, I just can't handle it.
Sorry, every time, I'm sorry, that's funny. But every time I think of, well, how do you think about that? I think about that scene in Freaky Friday where Jamie Lee Curtis, playing Lindsay Lohan, trying to be Jamie Lee Curtis,
yeah,
is
First of all, absolutely phenomenal.
so good. But she's there in the therapist's office, and she's like, and the client is like, and it just makes me feel really sad. And Jamie Lee Curtis is like, and how do you feel about that? And she goes, really sad. And she just starts, and I'm like, well, yeah, duh. It was just so great. Anyway, sorry. So a little sidetracked, but that should be
I'm just surprised we haven't touched Spy Kids.
Yeah, right? I was just about to say that should be the subtitle of the show. That 20-something show. A little sidetracked.
Yes.
Like, every episode is just crazy, man. Yeah, I don't think Spy Kids is really a holiday movie. I don't know. It's a great movie, and not a holiday one. Typically.
You're right.
Yeah. Shark Boy and Lava Girl, on the other hand. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a Cocoa River?
Sure. I was waiting for a good segue to Spy Kids. There you go. Yeah, you know. Yeah, we needed a good one. I don't know how to get there, but
yeah,
it's okay.
I mean, we didn't really do a good one. I think I just kind of jammed it in there.
Yeah, we gotta force it in a little bit.
Just gotta.
Well,
wait, kids watch this, don't they? I should probably stop.
Maybe. No, that's fine. If kids watch this, they're wrong.
And you need better parents.
If you're a child and you're watching this, stop.
Get your parents and watch some Barney or something.
Watch some Barney or something. I'm speaking to all you 12-year-olds out there. Watch some Barney or something. Anyway.
What's going on? SpongeBob? Yeah, you can watch SpongeBob. Go ahead.
By the way, if I call you a 12-year-old, it just means you're anything less than my age. That is what 12 is. If you're 21, you're like a 12-year-old, man. Like,
yeah. You're a baby.
Aw, you can drink now. You're like a 12-year-old, man. Anyway.
The training wheels on.
No, but yeah, I did want to talk about some other kind of it got me thinking with the Cocoa River and you know the crazy things in Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Did you ever make like gingerbread houses growing up?
You know, no, I've never made a gingerbread house per se. Because
because I made gingerbread hotels. That's where the money is. I don't know why that's where I thought you were going.
Think globally, not locally. Sell.
Yes.
But no, well, I don't know. I guess gingerbread cookies you don't come across those very often in the Mexican circle. So I did do something because, you know, we were poor kids. We only had certain things. So I used saltine crackers or graham crackers if I got lucky. And then I used like some icing and I just made it look like a little house. And I'm like, yay, I made a house.
Nice.
So I poor man my way through it.
I think I've had a few occasions, especially when I was younger, to make gingerbread houses, but I also feel like I always ended up eating them halfway through, so
See,
I never completed
that would be
the
me
house.
anyway.
Like, I just never actually finished it. I guess I was never into architecture.
Yeah, you're telling me I have to sit here for considerable amount of time to make a house out of this,
And
out of these supplies that you can eat,
And
that I'm
I was
obviously
about
gonna
to
eat.
say, didn't your parents ever tell you not to play with your food? And then what do they encourage you to do? They encourage you to play with your food. Like, come
Play
on.
with your potato head.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Mr. Potato Head was a pretty cool toy to have.
You put them on milk jugs for support. Oh, okay. I see how that'd work. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You gotta lay the good foundation for that gingerbread house.
But I know I've tried a couple times, or at least I've thought about attempting it, but just never happened. Of making a gingerbread house. Amy, our friend Amy, was actually pretty upset that I hadn't done that before, and her, she's very passionate about these things, and she said, "Well, gosh, Dolly, I'm gonna."
She probably actually said those exact words.
Yeah, that's exactly how she curses, and I love it. But she said, "I'm making sure you build one this year." Didn't happen. We were all too busy, but it's still on my list.
That's one of the things as an adult that I'd like to do. I don't know if that's weird.
But mine will be a hotel.
But mine will be a hotel, damn it.
To make
that's
up
where
for
the
all
money
those years.
is. Me and my fiance bought a haunted one for Halloween. It didn't work, and I threw the entire thing away out of anger. Curses!
By it didn't work, do you mean it just wasn't haunted?
First of all, that's funny.
I like to think that the reason they sold them as haunted houses was because at the factory, one of the coworkers was I don't know, gone postal, had somebody at gunpoint. He got shot in crossfire, and now they're haunted.
Ah, yes. They're haunted. They're haunted because they're left over from last Christmas. That's what it was. It was just leftovers.
The ghost of our potential revenue that we could have had.
It's literally the ghost of Christmas past, but we're not going to talk about it. What is that?
There's like a
Christmas
gingerbread
story.
man. There's like a gingerbread man in a little Ziploc bag, but he's all just crumbs.
Right. Oh, sad. No, like the sides were all different to make it look spoopy. My dumb RPS 205 brain couldn't figure it out. Oh man. First of all, dum-dums would have been great as like light posts outside the house.
Oh yeah.
But it just made me think of that, Matt.
Hey, do you want to build a hotel?
Let's do it. I'm in. Like, come on. We just gotta get like
gumdrop foliage.
Yeah, we just gotta get good infrastructure. Like we need.
Yeah.
In order to build a gingerbread house really tall.
Don't cut corners.
Yeah, we can't cut corners. Yeah, you are what you eat, I guess. Ooh, nuts!
That actually was from it was some sort of Christmas special. It was like these claymation type reindeer. Dude, it's such an obscure thing. But that's where I got that joke, because there's this elder reindeer who's kind of senile, but training this other younger reindeer. When he starts flying away, he says, "Don't forget, you are what you eat." And he goes, "Ooh, nuts!"
So funny. What was I in the middle of? I can't remember.
Gingerbread houses, infrastructure.
Yeah, it was right
Cat's name's
before that.
Sally.
Yeah, sure. No, I can't remember what it was. Oh, I was gonna ask about It's a Wonderful Life. Is that a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. It just, the entire plot doesn't necessarily have anything to do with Christmas.
Right, but it's still a feel-good movie.
Yeah,
It gives you that sort of vibe, and it's in that environment. So
yeah, and doesn't it happen around Christmas time? I mean, he is in the snow and stuff like that, so like I think it's around Christmas time. So It's a Wonderful Life is also one of those classic Christmas movies. Thank you. Yeah, like I haven't watched it as often as I should, but I want to watch It's a Wonderful Life more. It's one of those,
Yeah.
you gotta know it, right?
Yeah, they played it in middle school once for me, so that's like the first and only time I watched it, to be
Ah,
honest.
you need to.
I've
Yeah,
seen I've
there's a
seen
Christmas
tribute
tree at the end.
like I've seen tribute episodes or specials to that, and I'm like, well, that's a cool concept. I should get back to watching the original.
You should really watch the original. I've seen it a plethora of times, but not enough for it to stick. I think I was just too young. But you should definitely watch it. I think it'd be something you would be into for sure.
Yeah, no, I definitely would like to. If there's a new Christmas movie I need to watch, I'm down.
Yeah, for sure. That's the other thing is people are coming out with like new Christmas movies, and there are all of these classics to watch, and so you have to balance out whether you want to watch the new
Yeah.
Christmas movie or whether you want to watch the classics, and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I love one thing I liked growing up was how many adaptations you could see of the same Christmas story.
Yeah.
Because, for example, Christmas Carol. I remember seeing Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol, the Flintstones Christmas Carol, Disney's, the Muppets. Like all these different versions of the Christmas Carol. I don't know. I just kind of like seeing other people's takes on certain stories.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it is kind of funny. And then they came out with like the Christmas Carol, but like different versions of it itself. It's not just like other adaptations of it, but like the Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey in it. I believe he's in it anyway.
I actually haven't seen that one. I've seen like
because that's the animated
honestly
one,
like
right?
2 minutes of it, but I haven't actually seen the movie.
I haven't seen it either. But like, there is an older version, and then there is a newer version too, I believe. And then there's the animated version. There's like tons of versions of it. Oh yeah, technically it is a Christmas movie.
I'll allow
yes.
it.
Yeah, Paul Blart is a Christmas movie. if there ever was one, Paul Blart is. Paul Blart is the pinnacle of Christmas movies. Let's just talk about it.
It's like I was gonna say it's our version of Die Hard.
Right. Oh my goodness, Paul Blart Mall Cop is actually really funny. I should watch that again. I haven't seen it in a long
that's
time.
a hoot. That's a hoot.
You know what else is really good and really fun and entertaining? Watching different sitcoms versions of Christmas.
Okay.
Because like Modern Family will have a Christmas episode every year.
Yeah.
And I like seeing those Christmas episodes of TVs. TVs?
Oh, yeah.
That's not what I meant. TV
TV
series.
episodes, TV
Yeah.
shows.
Unpopular opinion, I really don't like A Christmas Story, and that's the one where you'll shoot your eye out. Yeah, I always get A Christmas Story and A Christmas Carol mixed up because I feel like A Christmas Story is more traditional, and sorry, I just laughed at the fact that Matt added that quote of all quotes. Paul Blart is the pinnacle of Christmas movies.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that Matt is our moderator here, and like he just has complete control over stuff like that, because it just makes me happy every time he does
I'm
something
glad you're
like
here.
that. Yeah. Anyway, I always get A Christmas Story mixed up with A Christmas Carol because I feel like A Christmas Story's plot fits better with the title A Christmas Carol's plot fits with A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
And
okay.
So I always get those two confused. But yeah, Christmas Story is the one where the kid will shoot his eye out. I don't know really any other thing about that movie because I haven't seen it all the way through.
Yeah, that's one of those instances that I saw like once and didn't retain much of it.
Yeah, I just never watched it. But yeah, it's one of those. And then of course Charlie Brown Christmas, but
Oh yeah, the peanut specials are just delightful.
You can't. I feel like that I did miss it this Thanksgiving. There was no. I didn't see the Thanksgiving. I didn't see the Halloween. Actually, I haven't seen any of the holiday Christmas or the holiday peanut specials this year.
Yeah, I had to like actually go out and find the Great Pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset about that, but I'll definitely have to watch the Christmas one because there's just nothing like Charlie Brown Christmas trees and,
Yeah.
seeing that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's just fun. I love that kind of stuff. It's so great. What else? Was there anything else you wanted to say? I forgot where we were. I've lost my train of thought.
Well, I feel like that's what happens whenever we are talking about movies.
Yeah, we do that a lot. Oops. Oops, we did it again.
Sorry. Sorry, it was that lag. But no, like I feel like we always lose track of things when we're talking about movies.
Mm-hmm. They're off regular broadcasting? No way!
Oh, that's sad.
And yes, it is a show, and that is true. But that is sad. So I guess we'll just have to buy the DVDs of all of them. I wonder if they've remastered them for Blu-ray. Who knows?
Probably.
In today's culture, we need to. Another set of movies that a lot of people watch during the holidays that I never really watched during the holidays because I never got into it until later is Harry Potter. A lot of people watch Harry Potter during the holidays. And
yeah, no, I've certain channels broadcast it.
Yeah, like they do like a full week, or I guess week and a day. What is it? Are there 8 movies? I think so. But anyway, they do the full series just back to back days wise, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I actually haven't seen them in a long time, and I'm watching them with Noah now, so that's kind of fun. Getting back into them and watching them again. That's nice.
Yeah, I'd like that. I've been picking up on some reading lately, and I kind of picked up one of the old books and I just went through it and I was like, oh man, I miss reading these. And I realized I haven't read or watched Harry Potter, probably like fully in a while. So I kind of would like to go back to that.
Right. It would be nice. It would be a lot of fun, that's for sure. But anyway, yeah. My tea is almost gone and I'm upset. And we didn't have any hot cocoa in the house, which I'm also mildly upset about, but that's okay.
Oh, Apple bought the rights to Peanuts.
Oh, they're on Apple TV. That's interesting. I own Apple TV.
I actually haven't seen the new Peanuts movie.
I haven't
I haven't had a chance. I'd like to.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. But I'd like to as well. I mean, I think it would be fun. Is Willy Wonka a Christmas movie? It happens right around that time, doesn't it?
No,
No,
not really.
It's his birthday. I thought it was Christmas. It's his birthday that they get him the gift for.
Like it definitely snows, but I think at least in one of them they mentioned it was gonna be on February, so that probably explains the snow.
Got you. Yeah, because at least in
I could be wrong though.
No, at least in the Gene Wilder version, it's a huge deal because he's getting it as a present. Like he's getting the chocolate bar as a present, and I was like, oh, it must be a Christmas. No, it's his birthday. It's a birthday present. I do remember that. But yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
There's also something about that soundtrack that feels a little bit Christmassy to me. Anyway.
Yeah, it's something very it's jolly. A lot of the songs in there are just jolly.
Yeah. Even the like melancholy ones are still very like light and Christmas almost in a sense. Like Cheer Up Charlie is kind of what I'm thinking of.
Oh, dude, yes. Yeah. But in the beginning when, I don't know, I'm going to call it the overture. When the overture starts.
Yeah.
And you hear that music, of course, if you close your eyes, I mean, that's very iconic. You close your eyes, you still see chocolate. But if you try to think the other way, you could kind of see it as like a snowfall kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one of the things that I loved. So if we're gonna be derailed for a while and we're gonna talk about Willy Wonka,
it's what the show's about, baby.
We might as well. So
I could talk about that story for hours.
I grew up with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, same.
With Gene Wilder, and the iconic switching from the Warner Brothers to the Chocolate Factory kind of thing for
Yeah.
me, that was awesome. And
Yeah.
and when I heard that Tim Burton was making a new one, I was like, boy, I hope they don't ruin it. And also, you know, how do we hey, this show's been derailed, man. I'm sorry. That's what you get for. It's what you get for leaving, Matt. No, I'm just messing.
Things derail.
Things derail. Yeah, we're talking about Willy Wonka. I was asking if Willy Wonka was a Christmas movie because there's snow and stuff like that, but it happens in February. Oops. Oh well. We're still talking about Willy Wonka. But yeah, I was hoping that Tim Burton, and I obviously I have faith in Tim Burton, like he's not a bad director by any means, but I was like, it's so nostalgic for me, I hope he doesn't ruin it. And one of the things that I super loved about the film is it started off in a very similar but modernized way with showing the inner workings of the chocolate factory. I was like, yes, this is so good. This is exactly what I needed. Like, that.
Damn it, I might watch that tonight now.
Yeah, right, I'm feeling it. I'm here. I'm ready. But yeah, like from the very beginning, I was nervous, and then as soon as that popped up on screen and they started showing the inner workings of the new chocolate factory, I was like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And it just put me on the course of, okay, I will like this. It's gonna be good. But yeah, so it's fun. I love it.
You know, the actual Roald Dahl estate really gave their whole approval for the newer one.
I'm happy about that. I wonder how they feel about some things like, you know, the Broadway James and the Giant Peach and stuff like that. You know, I wonder how they feel.
Because I know, you know, because it's been famously known that, you know, Roald Dahl didn't like all the versions of what they've done to his stories. It's Matt.
Yes.
Grandpa Joe, that lazy bastard, lays in bed for years and jumps out to go to a chocolate factory.
That is true.
Yes.
Never helps out around the house, never does anything. The day
But
he
the kid
gets
won a
invited to a
prize.
chocolate factory, yippee!
I'm gonna head out.
Oh, that's so. Talk about subverting expectation. When I saw the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Grandpa Joe and how he stumbled to like work his strength up, and then transitioning to the new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Grandpa Joe just jumping up and doing a jig, I'm like, what?
Which is, I think in the book, because I do remember him actually saying yippee in the book, so I'm thinking he did the same thing of like springing up as, because that feels very Roald Dahl to me.
Yeah, so it is very Roald Dahl, but in the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, in the older version, he does say yippee still, but it's still like it's more realism. Like, you know, Tim Burton is not known for his sense of realism. That's for sure.
Personally, I really do like the older version because it makes him look more like, well, you know, he needs an adult to go with him. His mom can't go, so you know he like really tries to do it for him. So I really like that take.
I do too. See, I think there are good parts about the old one and good parts about the new one. I love Willy Wonka's backstory, which I haven't read the book, so I don't know if it's in the book.
He has no backstory. That's like that was the whole beauty of it, of like how enigmatic he was.
Yeah, and I love his backstory and his flashbacks and all of that in the newer version.
Roald Dahl's daughter said that she thinks that he would have approved of like the backstory and everything.
Yeah. I always would fast forward through Cheer Up Charlie.
Oh no, man!
See.
I hung on every word.
Here's the thing. I watched that movie a lot growing up. Like, it was one of the only movies I watched that. You know how kids can sort of watch the same movie on repeat just forever? I would watch that movie every single week. Like, every weekend I watched that movie. And so there were times when I think I would fast forward through Cheer Up Charlie, but it stuck so much in my memory that I could probably sing it from memory right now. Like, yeah, right? No, but I could probably sing it from memory right now because I loved that song still. Like, even though, yeah, it was boring, but it's like it was so warm and like sensitive, and
Right.
it's so funny. And I realized, so I watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory again recently, like within the past year or so. And I realized just how 70s that movie was. And the fact that I grew up with it, but the kids growing up in that time were nothing like my childhood and my upbringing.
Right.
And so, like, to me, Willy Wonka was always a fantasy. Everything about everything in it was a fantasy to me. It was fiction. But to people in the 70s, that's just how life was. And
Yeah.
so it's like, that's how people looked. That's how people dressed. That's how people wore their hair, all of it. But to me, it was all just a fantasy. And I loved that. And I loved thinking that. And I realized the other day, I'm like, oh, that's just the 70s. Like, that's just how it is. And so it was super funny to me because it was just this harsh realization that I'm like, oh, no, they were just showing what the world was like.
Right.
but to me, it was just so not the world that I didn't even realize. I didn't know any better. That's funny.
You know what makes me feel very I don't know, like something in that movie that really gets me into like a good mood, or like that, or gives you that warm feeling. I don't know why, but for me it's just the sound of the quality of the music, how it sounds kind of canned at times. It's very 70s, like, movie music, movie sounds. I don't know, to me that just feels very, I don't know, something wholesome about it that makes me feel warm inside.
To me, I don't know why, but the most iconic moment in that entire movie is when Gene Wilder takes a bite of his teacup, like buttercup. Like
that's good acting right there.
That moment just made me feel like this is the ultimate prize. Like, this is the ultimate way to live. Like, I wanted to be Willy Wonka in that
He's
moment.
got it all figured out. Yeah,
he did. And the way he just looked up, like, kind of contemplative and just in peace. I was like,
not a care in the world.
And of course, everybody else at that moment is running around causing mayhem in this candy room, and he's just sitting there content with the world. And I was like, this is this is what I want, It was so good. Things like that you don't realize affect you as a child in a deep way, but like, it did.
He's basking in and surrounded by the thing that he loves most. Of course he's gonna be content.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, Willy Wonka is truly living his dream. Like,
yeah.
And schnozberries taste like schnozberries. I definitely quote that.
I quote that more often than I really should.
More than I should. And my favorite too.
Here, give me a sec. I figured since we're talking about
yay! Thank you. My other favorite is that and she goes Rachmaninoff. Like, to me, I don't know why, but it's those little things that just have made a lasting imprint on me.
This reference or joke might not land as well since not everybody knows them, but I always like to imagine if Chuck Barlin is giving somebody a tour, and I could totally see him just messing with them entirely, like when they're saying, what is this, Wonka fun house? And he genuinely looks like he's saying, why, having fun? Just
why having fun?
Very oblivious. Just
I love that,
because that's what he does. Chuck does that in normal conversations.
Yeah, he does. And the other line for me that kills me every time is when Mr. Beauregard leaves and he's just like, I have a blueberry for a daughter. That's my favorite. The way he says it and everything cracks me up every time. Oh, such good acting.
Yes.
There's such good with that movie. Oh, it's just amazing. And of course you can't forget about the Oompa Loompas cartwheels in Mike TV's song. It's not even a cartwheel at one point. It's just he's shifting his body with. Oh boy. Oh, that movie is such a childhood favorite.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna watch it later tonight.
Yeah.
It's
I think I got time. I can do it back to back.
it's gonna happen. I'm gonna find it somehow, somewhere. But yeah, it's so good. So one of the things that I do want to mention before we continue, while we've got some people watching, before they leave us, because we'll inevitably say something bad. Hold on. We need a Christmas Broadway show, live entertainment other than Nutcracker would be nice. So there was a Broadway version of A Christmas Story, which I know you don't like, but there was. There is also a Broadway version of
The Grinch.
yeah, The Grinch.
I think somebody did that. Yeah.
So there have been Broadway versions. They're just not super successful because, again, you know,
Christmas.
it's Christmas, so you can only have them during one part of the
Oh,
year.
Elf did that. I think.
Elf.
Yeah, Elf.
That's right.
Elf has a musical.
Yep, there is a musical version of Elf as well. I couldn't remember which one it was, but it's Elf.
Yeah. No, the funny thing is, I arrived at Grinch because I was trying to think of Elf.
Yeah, that's funny. See, and I tried to think of Elf, but instead all I had in my head was Seussical. So that's where I went with that.
We were in the ballpark.
we were around there. But yeah, so I do want to mention before we get too far into this anyway that I will be streaming tomorrow night as well. I wanted to put that out there. It'll just be me, and it will be the beginning episode of Recycled Programs, which is a new series that I'm going to be starting up, where I talk about some things that I at least know a little more about, and I can be a little.
I'm excited, man.
a little bit more informative. So if you'd like to talk, tomorrow's episode is going to be all about Broadway. Speaking of Broadway Christmas, but it's going to be all about Broadway, and it's going to be that Broadway is a topic that first of all I could talk about forever. But I feel like I could even teach a class on Broadway history and stuff like that. So I would love for you guys to join tomorrow night. It'll be at the same time. It'll be at 9 p.m. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. But yeah, I'll be talking about Broadway. Maybe I'll even play a little. Probably not. I probably won't be. You're right. It's not going to be a show. Oh, no. Can you not do it? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was confused. I was like, what? What's going on? Yeah, I'll have to come up with some different commands for that, even though it'll be on the same channel. I don't know how to, I don't know how to do that. Anyway, I don't know how to Twitch. I still don't. I have no idea. I've been doing this for months now. Have no idea what's going on. But yeah, not a show.
There we go.
This is not a show. Yeah, I'll come up with a command that is not a show, and it'll be like, this is not a show, this is not for entertainment, this is very, very serious, please pay attention and listen up. No, I don't know. I'm just messing around. But yeah, so if you'd like to hear more about Broadway and hear more about my opinions on where it will go in the future and just based on where it has been, then please tune in tomorrow night at 9 p.m. as well. I just wanted to do a shameless plug. Oh!
No, go for it, man. Go for it.
Also, let me shamelessly just plug our entire channel here. If you haven't followed us already on Twitch, you can go to twitch.com. Or if you're on the mobile app, twitch.tv, you can go there. I don't know if that's how you get there. It's something like that. Anyway, you can go there and drop a follow. All you got to do is search Sundance Streams, and you will find me. I'll pop up. You can drop a follow, or you can go over to our Facebook page, which is That 20-Somethings Show. You can go ahead and follow the link in our website description, and that will bring you right to the channel.
We finally have an @ by the way. I don't know if I told you.
Oh, we finally have an @ It's, what is it?
It's still at That 20-Somethings Show.
There you go. It's at That 20-Somethings Show. Yeah,
Can you believe the domain wasn't taken?
Somehow. Also, if you can't catch us live on Twitch, that's fine. We'd love for you to chat with us if you're here live. Plug your awesome mod. He's trying to reach affiliate. Yes. So are we. But yes, our awesome mod is Matt. It's Matt1012. And you can also find him on Twitch, so please drop him a follow. He's trying to reach affiliate just like we are. Every follower counts for us.
He's also a great guy, wonderful soprano.
Yeah.
And bakes a lot of great brownies.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, if you haven't followed either of us over at Twitch, you're more than welcome to come on over and do that. Also, if you can't catch us live, even though we'd love to have you chat with us and stuff, you can always catch our videos afterwards. We upload them onto YouTube at our YouTube channel, which is still Friends Like Us, which was our old YouTube series. But you can find us there, and you can comment and like and subscribe if you'd like to, I suppose. And if you don't want to, then just ignore me, I guess.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It is what it is. We understand what we're doing. It's fine. But yeah, anyway, so that was my shameless plug for the evening. I hadn't done that all day, so I felt like an itch. I had to do it.
You had to. I got it. You had to let it out.
Had to just purge it out there for a moment. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, what else? What else about holidays? I feel like we've really strayed from the topic of holidays, but we're back.
What are you talking about? Here, let me just change the background.
Hold on, I have to change everything that's going on to get back to the holidays.
Can you believe we veered away from the topic so much
that you
changed the
your
background?
Ooh. Oh, and we're back. We're back in the warmth of our nice log cabin with a fireplace roaring in the background and a Christmas tree up and presents. Hey, there's a good question for us all. What do you want for Christmas this year, Pablo?
Could you repeat that question, please?
Yeah, did I die there in the middle? I said, what would you like for Christmas this year, Pablo?
What would I like for Christmas?
Yeah.
I just want the virus to be gone.
Amen. For our chatters, please drop what you'd like for Christmas this year.
My student loan debt paid off. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. I already got myself a bunch of Christmas presents, so I'm pretty set on Christmas. I just set up my entire audio studio here, and I feel quite content for Christmas. I would also like to be able to just like say hi to friends without a mask on. But that's probably not going to happen in the next 25 days. So
I went outside without my mask, and I felt naked. That's how much of an impact it's felt like.
You know what's interesting though? A better second monitor for my PC. Yeah, I could use some PC lighting. That'd be nice. Right now, I've got my brightness turned up all the way on the camera, which makes it a little bit grainy. But oh well. Yeah, I don't need it. It's not a thing.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be a New Year's resolution for myself. Get better equipment.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Or just get equipment. Period.
we're gonna work on it. It'll be fine. My New Year's resolution for you, Pablo, is to figure out how to talk to the dogs, to orchestrate them. And first of all, they need to do a cover of Who Let the Dogs Out. And second of all, you need to tell them to be quiet while you're streaming. But
actually, I think I'll work something out. Once we get the group, the choir, the band, whatever they want to be together, they can do a set in the intermission. I think we can work this out.
Yeah. And they can have like hit singles like Straight Out of the Pound and
yes. He's a tramp. He's a rover.
Anyway, but yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I feel pretty content for Christmas, to be honest. I had a good time shopping for others for Christmas this year, which yes. I haven't really gotten to do because I haven't had the kind of money to do that.
I know that's what I've been doing this year, and I feel great about it.
I know it feels so awesome having an income and being able to like, splurge on people and get them gifts.
Show people how much you appreciate them.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I started making presents too. Like I got some snow globes I'm gonna give people.
Oh, that's
awesome. They're not watching. It's fine.
They're not watching. They might watch, but they're not watching. No, but
they'll watch when it's too late.
It's too late. But yeah, I especially I enjoyed shopping for my family because my parents have always made Christmas very special. Even when we were older, when Noah and I got old or something, whatever we are now, they've always made Christmas special. It hasn't always necessarily been toys like. What was it, 2 years ago or something like that? I got Hamilton tickets for Christmas, which was amazing. And, it's just stuff like that. They've always made Christmas awesome. And so it's been nice to kind of shop around for them and try to give back. I mean, I'm not rich or anything, but it is nice to give back in the way I can. So
It really is.
it's always fun. Heart to you too. But yeah. Last year, I told my mom I needed socks and underwear for Christmas, and she was like, "But what do you really want?" Yeah, no. So to be honest, every once in a while, I do ask for socks and underwear. It's fine, and yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, sometimes I really just need more clothes.
Sometimes I do want a tie for Christmas, and that's it. Like, that's fine with me. Yeah, but that's the other thing though. My parents have always, like, when I've said, "Hey, I could really just use a couple new dress shirts for Christmas," they've been like, "Yeah, sure." And then they get the dress shirts, and then they always surprise me with something too, which is nice,
Yeah.
That's
My
always
family
fun.
always has to beg me to get me new shoes because I wear them till the bitter end.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
I get every step out of them. So they're always going, "Come on, just what shoes do you want? Those aren't gonna last long." I'm like, I can still get 2 more years out of this thing.
Jeez. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Not only do I wear my shoes thin, and by thin I mean until there's literally a hole all the way through
Until
the
you
sole.
see your sock.
Yeah, to the bottom of the shoe. But also, then I buy the exact same pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Pablo, we can see your toes. Get new shoes.
It's
How
summer.
come toes and shoes don't rhyme? That was very hard for me to read and not. Okay, I'm sorry. But like,
Okay, I see. I see
I
what you mean
said,
now. That's great.
I was like, what? But yeah, anyway, English, it sucks, man. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, for those of you watching who want to make my Christmas a little better, I don't know, donate some money to the stream. We'll get Pablo a new computer. It'll be happy. It'll be a happy time.
Yeah.
But yeah, for those of you
Shoes, whatever comes first.
looking for a Christmas gift to give me, don't. Just don't. It'll be fine. But yeah, anyway. I think we're probably going to wrap it up pretty soon here, unless you guys have any other questions that you want to ask. I always say this at the end of our stream. Give me all your money. Yes, pretty much, Matt.
I guess.
Pretty much. Fine, here. Here's $1. Don't spend it all in one place. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up here pretty soon. But if you guys have any other questions or comments, please let us know. It's also hard not to talk about Willy Wonka because the last person to follow our channel was Willy Wonka. Yeah, and so yeah, another shout out to him, by the way. But yeah. Anyway,
I just want chocolate now. I'm just craving it.
Just craving chocolate. I feel that. I understand completely. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and figure out who we're gonna raid tonight, or if anyone's on. Hey, it looks like Johnny and Heidi are on, which are two musicians from Nashville. So
That just sounds like a music channel.
Right. I am going to go ahead and give them a raid. But we are gonna head out, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I truly enjoyed hanging out with you guys and chatting. And
As did I.
Yeah, and it was nice to talk to you, Pablo. But
Dr. Herman.
Mayor Garcia. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
But yeah, thanks guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys on the flippity flop.